Hey guys, welcome to LALoveCreative, and today we're talking about one of my favorite options when it comes to film, Kodak Ultramax 400. And why I kind of prefer shooting this over most film right now. Now, if you are into film photography, you know the gold standard right now for pretty much every photographer is Kodak Portra 400. Now, that is an awesome film. I have to say that a couple times because I don't want no one in this video to go, you're a dummy. Obviously, the standard and one of the best images you're gonna get is Kodak Portra 400, but it's very hard to get right now. Film prices are crazy, and you're looking at about $25 per roll for 36 images basically. And when it comes to Kodak Ultramax, you're looking at about $10, $11 for a 24 or 36, depending what you're looking for, where you get it, roll of film. One of the coolest things I like about Ultramax 400 is accessibility. I find that it's just easier to get Kodak, Ultramax 400. And when you're shooting film, like I recently just did a photo shoot with a awesome model named Kiana. She was great, had an awesome vibe. We were going for a vintage look, and I needed film. And my Portra 400 was still, being shipped. I don't know when it's coming. So I had to get something, and I'm so glad that I went with the Ultramax this time. One thing I like about Kodak Ultramax is it's like the poor man generic Portra 400, and it gets you there, like it almost gets you there. It gets a similar look to Portra 400. Obviously, it's not as good, but I think for the most part, people need to be shooting Ultramax. Actually, don't shoot Ultramax 400, because then the prices are gonna go up. So stick to shooting Portra 400 and leave the Ultramax for me, please. One of the cool things about Kodak Ultramax 400 is the saturation and the colors that come out of this image. I love the fact that Kodak always has warm tones. It always feels inviting. It always feels cinematic. It always feels filmic. Obviously, it's film. And the image always gives you kind of a look that reminds you of, nostalgia. It reminds you of your childhood. It reminds you of how you looked and how you learned photography, or how you appreciated photography growing up. Also like the fact that there's a saturated pop to these images. That's probably why it's max. There's a max pop to the color in these images. That could be a good thing or a bad thing. Portra 400 has more of a neutral feel when it comes to skin tones in particular. And I feel like Ultramax has a little bit more of a yellowness to the skin tones. I'm okay with film being a little bit not perfect, a little bit weird, a little bit grungy, and I'm down with that, and that's not a big deal for me. Another cool thing I love about Ultramax 400 is something that you might love or not like, it depends on you, is the film grain. It's more grainier, it's more cinematic. I don't know, I like that. Now, if you want more of a cleaner image and more of a pleasing looking grain, you're gonna obviously wanna shoot Portra 400, but I like the fact that this is kind of more of a grimy grain and not so perfect. And I tend to really like the image that comes from here when it comes to grain. Obviously, you can shoot better film if you want, but for me, I like to shoot film just a little bit while I'm shooting my digital photography. I like to pull out the digital camera and do most of my work with this, and then just shoot film when I just want something to look a little bit more fun and a little bit more playful. And that's how I like to shoot photography. So that's all I have to say about Kodak Ultramax 400. It's my new favorite film. I will be shooting it a lot moving forward. If you have any questions about film photography or videography in general, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace.